So Molly is wearing a lot of Clara's hand-me-downs, which is so cute because like it brings back all these memories from when Clara wore them, but it also makes me sad because I'm like, wait, I remember when she wore that. Like that was her Easter dress, or that was a skirt she had for her birthday party or something, and now it's on Molly. And I look at Molly and I'm like, was Clara ever that big? Like I can't.
Oh,
It makes me happy because I pull it out of the tub and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then I put it on her and then I'm like, oh, but she doesn't fit it anymore, and I'm
yeah.
sad.
Our little ones are growing up. They're growing up, and it's like, so this hit me the other day. I can't believe I have a 1-year-old and an almost 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened? How did that happen? Who said it could happen? Who said it could happen? I don't know. But I'm just like, what? Holly just turned 1. And so I feel bad because I guess because of her delays, like I feel like my brain kind of like I looked at Holly and I saw like a 4-month-old for like such a long time. And so like I was like, I got time. Like I didn't plan this little girl's birthday party like until like the day of, and I feel really bad about it. But I'll get to that later in this episode. I figured it out, and I was super smart and big brain time. But anyway, so before we get to that, yeah, I just I feel bad because like with Lily, I feel like I don't know, like she was clearly 1, and so I was like, yeah, let's plan a theme and plan a party and plan whatever and invite people. But this time I was just sort of like my brain just refused to accept that it was happening. So I don't know. And then I felt really bad. And then I was like, crap, it's tomorrow. And I was like, what are we going to do? But yeah, so I felt like a bad mom for a second, but I don't know. But, and she's just, it's so funny too, because she was delayed, but then in the last 2 weeks, like less than 2 weeks, like a week and a half, she has made like huge progress. So she went from only ever army crawling to just suddenly she's crawling on her hands and knees like everywhere. And I'm just
That's
like,
awesome. Good for her. Like,
yeah, and now she's pulling up onto her knees, like to look at stuff. She's still not standing, but like that's okay. I just like I'm seeing all this progress. Like I feel like she was like, I'm 4 months old, I'm 4 months old, I'm 4 months old, and then like I won like just, 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god! And so now like my brain, like I feel like that gave my brain enough time to be like, okay, I have a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of my girl. I just like now I'm like, oh, but she's growing up, and like, oh, like I don't know, it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I like taking so many pictures, because I like being able to look back, and I can look at a picture and I can remember, like I can remember the day, I can remember the weather, I can remember, like I just brings back like a flood of memories for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I love taking pictures. I'm trying to be really good about printing them and not just having them in my phone. I wish I was better at video and storing that, because I've got a whole bunch of really cute videos of my kids.
Yeah.
And like they'll come up in Facebook memories sometimes, but I know I have hundreds of videos of my kids somewhere on the internet, like somewhere in my phone, on my computers. So like I would probably pay somebody to like sit through my computer, go through my phone, and like put everything on a DVD for me. Like I would pay for that. That would be great.
So you know how you were telling me that you do the chat books?
Yeah.
So I feel like they should have something like that, but for videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just send videos, and then this company will like put them together and send you like a file with like them all in one thing or something. Because I mean, DVDs, like I don't know. Kids these days don't even know what DVDs are.
Yeah, they don't know. Like I think they called them. Some kid at my school was like, "Oh, is that a mini record?" Or like they like knew what a record was, but they didn't know what a DVD was. Or one of the high schoolers got like an old beat up, like just like an old car for like their first car, and it had a cassette player in it, and they're like, "What is that?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, "That's a cassette player." Like, what's a cassette? I'm like,
oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. Time is weird. Time is so weird. God, and like this freaking pandemic, like I hate talking about it because I hate it. So I don't like bringing it up, but it's true. Like just time, just it's weird now. Like time is weird now. Like even weirder than before, you know, like now it's like, because every day is the same. I mean, at least for me, because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so every day is the same, and we do like the same stuff, and then, you know, it's just, I don't know. And plus, like, because of Holly's therapies all the time, I don't even know what day it is. I'm just go, and all of a sudden it's the end of the week, and I'm like, plus this week is especially weird because Monday we put my cat down. I told you about. And so like I've just been kind of like emotionally like, what's going on? You know, like I don't know. And so like, yeah, I don't know. Time is weird.
Yeah. And like, do moms even get a weekend? Like, no. We just it doesn't matter. Like this kids, they still want breakfast. They still want to watch their cartoons. They still need their diaper changed. Like it doesn't matter if it's Saturday. They don't care.
My husband and I, so we had some house, like an open house today because we're trying to sell our house, and so we had to like get out. And on our way to brunch, my husband was talking about like, yeah, like be nice to like have a weekend because he, you know, Paul loves to just do nothing. And so like he loves to just sit around. And so this weekend we had like Holly's birthday party, and we had this house showing. So he was talking about how like, oh yeah, I just would like a weekend. And then I was sitting there like,
what's that like?
Like, yeah, I was like, And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, you mean the like hours you had playing video games last night, like while I was sleeping? And he was like, oh, but that's like late at night. And in my head, I'm like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, like whatever. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Like I love the kid, but like there's like some times where I'm like, oh, just
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, time is so weird. I don't know. I mean, we're getting to the point now where Holly, you know, she was wearing some of Lily's hand-me-downs, but now those are too small for her. And so now I'm like, wait, but there's nobody to wear these now. And then I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, but what do we do with these? Because like, you know, we've been talking about like having a third one, but we want to wait longer than we did. Plus, like with all of Holly's stuff, we want to make sure she's like squared away and we know what's going on first before we. But yeah, we're thinking of having a third, but like we don't know when that's going to be. So now I'm like, well, what do we do with all these tiny clothes that like.
That's hard. So here's what I did. And you can do what you want, but here's what I did. So after I knew, like, as far as I know, Molly's it, like we're done. Unless there's like a surprise. Each girl has like a box, and it's, I don't know, about this big. So if you're on YouTube, you can look at me about this big by this big. And it's like one of those pretty like scrapbooky boxes that they have at craft stores. And that's their keepsake box. And whatever I want to keep, I have to fit in that box. And so I have.
So you have a limit. I like it.
Yeah, which is hard, but it's also good because then I'm not like keeping everything. So like I'll fill it with like, I think at the beginning I filled it with like all of these onesies, and I'm like, I'm keeping everything. And then they got older, and I had to like edit what I had and was like, okay, what do I really, really like? And so I would like take a few things out, but I still made sure I had like my absolute favorites in there. Or, so this is for someone who's like into sewing. I took a bunch of my girls' onesies and old dresses. I think it was Christmas break I did it, and I made them into a quilt. So I can keep it.
Oh my god. I wish I was crafty.
It was so fun. I've been wanting to do it forever, but it takes time. It's not like a massive quilt. It's just like a little one that you'd like put over your lap while watching TV or something. Yeah. And then I cut out all of their little squares. And then I sewed them into a quilt, and now like I'll lay with the quilt and I'm like, oh, I remember this one and I remember that one. And
oh my god.
It was really nice. So I pay someone to do that. You can find these people on Etsy. You can send them your baby's sleeper and they'll turn it into a teddy bear. Aww. Yeah. So there's things like that you can do, which I think are so cute.
That's awesome. I would love to, yeah, because Lily and Holly, we love like stuffed animals. So I would definitely do that. And yeah, all of this old baby stuff, like I'm like, oh my god, you know, because I want to.
And you look at it and they're so tiny, like the onesies, they're like itty bitty. How did they fit into that?
I don't know. Like, I can't even, like, even Holly, like, I'm like, how did you ever fit in
Mm,
my belly? You know, like, just, they grow up so fast. And, like, that's such a cliche. Like, everyone's like, oh man, they grow up so fast, you whatever. And then, like, you know, you hear someone say that and you're like, whatever. But then, like, later at night, you're like crying in your bed because
hmm.
it's true, you know? Yeah. It's just, it's crazy. Like, Lily was, I don't know. Like, I feel like just yesterday, like, my phone I have this time hop app. And so it'll show me like pictures that you took, whatever. So it'll show me pictures I took from a year ago, and I'll send them to Paul and be like, do you remember when Lily was this little? And then we'll reminisce about like the things she would say. We have like that list going of all the cute things she says. And so I'll go back to the top of the list and be like, oh my God, remember when she said this? And like, I spend like so much time talking about like, I don't know. We don't talk about anything else. Like I
Hmm.
mean, we talk about like current events and then like how cute our kids are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, I'm worried about me for keeping stuff because I've always had an issue. Like I'm not a hoarder. Okay, guys, it's not like everything.
You're
It's
sentimental.
the sentimental stuff. Yeah. So I have a problem letting go. I still have. So I don't know if you would do this in high school, but like when you were a junior and you were going to be a senior, like you had your friends make the letters to spell out
Oh
senior.
yeah.
So I did that. I still have mine. Like it's
Oh, that's
in
so
a
fun.
box in my closet, and it's
Yeah.
been like more than a decade, right? So like I like why do I still have that? I'm never gonna look at it again. I just like that I have it. It's sent. I don't know. So I don't know. I have to like get over my like I have to be like, okay, Lisa, like if you want to take a picture of it, take a picture of
Hmm.
it. But then I don't know. It's like the letters to my girls thing. Like Paul's like, you need to digitize those in case we lose them, in case something happens. And I'm like, but I want them to be handwritten and I want to keep
Hmm.
little journals. But then the thought of losing them, I'm like, so
Yeah.
it just makes me, I don't know. I don't like, cause I don't know. I like my feels. I like the feelies, I like having things that make me feel things. So now that my kids are getting older, I'm like, I just want to keep all of their stuff because
Yeah.
they're never gonna be this small ever again. They grow every day.
So I have a card. I think it's over here. So this card, yeah, this is the card. Okay, so I won't read the whole thing. But Clara gave me this card right at the beginning of the school year. So what she had gotten was her teacher wrote all of her students a card. This is in the first grade, and she said something like, "I hope you enjoyed your first day of school. I can't wait to be your teacher. We're gonna have so much fun," and blah blah blah. And
Mhm.
Claire took the card and she crossed out her name and she wrote "mommy," and then she crossed out the teacher's name at the bottom and she wrote Clara,
Oh my
and she drew me. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little. Oh, you can't really. Okay. Anyway, it's like a little stick person
I
holding a
saw it.
heart balloon.
Oh my God. That's so cute. I'm gonna cry.
It's so cute. And so like I was like, where'd she get this card? Because like I don't have any of these. And I opened it and I was like, oh, Clara. And so I'm saving this forever. I will never get rid of this card.
Okay. Yeah,
And I
keep
told her teacher about it. And I'm like, I just want you to know she graffitied over your card, but it was really cute.
I have a binder of I'm keeping all of Lily's art. Like all the stuff that like looks like something. Like if it's just a
Yeah.
few lines on paper, I won't. But like I have a whole binder. So it's like the stuff she does at home and then her stuff from school. And then her like assessments at school. Like they do like every few months, the things she's working on, whatever. It's like kept all of those. Yeah, I keep like everything. I don't know. Maybe I am a hoarder, but I mean, it's not like this isn't like a TLC special kind of situation. Like I just have I mean, at least it's like small stuff. Like it's not like
Yeah.
I'm keeping huge things. I have like 5 or 6 boxes, like little boxes, like shoe boxes in my closet that I don't need. And
Mm-hmm.
so now that we're moving, like Paul's like, well, are you really going to keep these? And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, I'm not ready. Like our kids are growing up too fast. Like I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Please just leave my stuff. Leave it alone. It's fine. It's okay. Just forget about it. Just close your eyes and it's not
Yeah.
there.
Just go downstairs and play your whatever game. Just do that. Leave me alone.
But
So we are going to take a quick break, and next we're going to talk about birthday parties, because Lisa and I both had birthday parties yesterday.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like it worked out, not for us, for our kids. So we're going to talk about that.
So, welcome back, guys. Now we are going to talk about Holly's first birthday party. I can't believe she's one. Time needs to stop, please. But at the same time, like it needs to speed up.
Yeah.
Because Lily's like going to be 3 and she's Miss Sassy McSassy Pants.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really bad because I didn't plan this. It just kind of was like a day of situation. But our babysitter, my friend Bree, came over and I was like, let's go to Hobby Lobby, which I love Hobby Lobby, but I feel like I go so infrequently that I keep forgetting how amazing it is. And then I walk in there and I'm like, what? Like, can I live here?
Yeah.
There's like a nursery section and I was like, I'm never leaving. Everything is adorable. I took pictures of everything. Because I'm not made of money, but I want to go with them. So I was like, I'm going to buy this whole aisle if you don't leave. So I remembered that the onesie that she wore was the onesie that I bought for Lily when she turned 1. So it said Wild 1 on it.
Oh.
And I work smart, not hard. So I was like, that's going to be the theme. So they had a section that was Wild 1 with like animals and stuff. And I was like, I'll just do a Wild 1 theme. And so I bought at Hobby Lobby, we bought those. I bought a banner, Wild 1 banner. And then I bought the matching plates and I bought cutlery and cups. And then I bought those paper lanterns that I put in the fireplace that were cheetah print. But yeah, the whole thing, I only spent, I think, $40. And
oh, wow. Good for you.
The only thing that cost more than $5 was the paper lanterns. But I mean, yeah, Hobby Lobby has some cheap stuff, but they're like good for parties. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. So the thing that cost the most money was so I wasn't planning on buying this, but then I thought it would be cute to have like the little block letters.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. Those are, and you can put them in her room later.
Yeah. So I was like, we're getting a new house. Like, I'll just decorate her room because she'll have her own room in the new house. So I'm like, okay, well, this is an investment. Like, I know, like, I could be cheaper than this, but I'm going to buy these, for long term. So we bought those letters. And so I don't know, I made it looked cute. Like, I mean, I don't know, like I'm very simple. Like I wanted to keep it simple and cute. I mean, she's only 1, so it's not like she's going to be like, Mom, why aren't there like more balloons? So I was like, she doesn't care. So like we just got like 3 decoration things and then like the plates and stuff. And then we went to Kroger to buy like one of those like already made birthday cakes. So we could all have some cake. And then she had her first piece of cake. And got it everywhere as per usual. And it was very cute.
Best.
It was so funny. It took her so long to figure out how to, like, she didn't want to touch it for the longest time. But it was fun. I don't know. We had some of our friends over, and then of course Lily like saw the presents for Holly and was like, "When are we gonna open presents?" Like,
oh, I know, it's so hard.
But I don't know. And then so Lily eventually she helped Holly open her presents, and then of course she wanted to play with what Holly got. But I don't know. I mean, that's the age she was, but like it was a really nice day. Like everybody was really like there weren't any tantrums or anything, and it was great and it was fun. I don't know. It was a fun day. So that was Holly's first birthday party. It went off without a hitch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The thing about like little babies' birthday parties is, first of all, I love it because you get to pick the theme. Like, Molly has asked for Elsa like 3 years in a row, and I'm over it. Like, I'm done doing. Can we please do something else? Sleeping Beauty, anybody. So like, you get to have fun with it and pick the theme. And then when they're babies, Like you basically just get to have like your friends over because the babies, I mean, like you might have a couple babies over, but mostly it's like you hanging out with your friends, and that's fun. Because then once they get older, you have their friends over, and then all of a sudden you have to entertain everybody. And that's like, I don't know, it was a little stressful for me, but it's a totally different dynamic. And I don't know, like they're both fun. They both have their pros and cons, but I was sitting back yesterday thinking, I'm like, man, if she was still a baby, I could just have all my friends over and we'd like throw her some presents and be like, here you go.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like when Lily gets old enough to like have her own friends come to a party, I don't know, Paul's gonna be like,
what are all these girls doing here?
Yeah, can we have this party somewhere else? And I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't know, but yeah, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how Paul handles kids' birthday parties as the girls grow older, because he's very much, I don't know, like we're very different. Like we're I like to say we're like perfectly complementary, because like he's everything that I'm not, vice versa. So I don't know, as far as like parties and stuff, like he gets really tired really quick. So I feel like he's gonna just get like mowed over by a bunch of like 6 someday. But anyway,
so that was Holly's birthday, which sounded like it went off without a hitch. Mine was a little bit different, a little more stressful. So we'll talk about that when we come right back. All right, well, welcome back. So I'm gonna be very honest. I let a comment get to me about and I shouldn't have, and I knew I was doing it. So I'm very self-aware. Where like I knew I was letting this comment get to me, but I wasn't able to stop myself. But I learned my lesson. So we had a really big party this year for Clara. Clara's turning 7. Like I said, I let a comment get to me, and I shouldn't have, but I did. So when they were little, we did like really big parties, like fun themes, lots of decorations, like the food was themed, games, lots of people coming over. Like our backyard was like full of people. Like for Molly, for her first birthday, we did like a carnival theme.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Oh, it was so fun. And I painted like all these giant characters out of cardboard boxes to look like I had like a bearded lady and I had like a strong man, and I painted all these characters. And we had like a kiddie pool with like little rubber duckies, and the kids had to like, I can't remember how they got the rubber duckies out, but somehow they had to like get the rubber ducky. We built a claw machine with candy in it, and the kids had to like, it had one of those toy robot arms, and you had to get the candy and then get it to the little chute, and it would shoot out. It was so cool. It was awesome. So then, so the past few years we had COVID, so that like totally changed the way that parties were. Also, we had like just moved here, so we didn't really like know anybody that much. My kids hadn't like made friends yet, and so then the one year like I did try to go out and have a party again. Like one family came. And I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, because of that, Mike said, these past few years, the birthday parties have been kind of sad, like they haven't been really well planned out. And I was like, sir, excuse me. So I took it very personally.
That is just cold-hearted, man.
Yeah. I'm like, excuse me, because I'm like the fun queen. Like we, at preschool, we have so much fun. Like if I get to hang out with our high schoolers, like we are having a party, we're having fun. So I was kind of like, so I was like, okay, I'll show you. So I took it super personally. And so I invited all these people over. But my house is not big enough for all the people I invited over. Now, a couple of the kids did have to cancel because they got sick. And I was like, Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna fit everybody
Oh
in
my God.
here. Yeah, so I invited all these kids and I did all this planning. I went crazy with all the decorations. I'll put pictures up on my Instagram later. I went crazy with all the decorations and the food, and I got all stressed out and I got a migraine. But everyone had a lot of fun. Like, despite everything,
Yeah.
everyone had a lot of fun. So we did a themed party. So first, Clara asked me to do a soccer birthday party, which I would do if she played soccer, but she's never played soccer ever in her
Oh
life.
my God,
She
that's
doesn't
funny.
she doesn't watch soccer. We don't have a soccer ball. I don't know where this came
Oh my
from.
God, that's funny.
Like, it's not in a cartoon. And she wanted me to make cake pops with like soccer balls. Like, I'm
That's
supposed to
so
sit there
funny.
and pipe out these hexagons or whatever. And I'm like, no, like, let's do something like you actually like.
That reminds me of that, like that article. I don't know if you saw it, but that one kid that wanted a Target birthday party or something.
Yes. I would do that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's pick something you like. So I listed off all these things I thought she'd like. And she's very artsy, which just like makes me happy. I'm like, let's do an art party. She's like, yeah. So I made these sugar cookies. I bought special cookie cutters. They look like a little paint palette and a paintbrush. And it took forever. And I had to decorate them. So you have to like do the first layer of icing to look like the background of the, what's it called? Paint palette. And then you have to do the second layer, which is all the little paint splotches. And it's like a million different colors. And you're sitting there with a tiny piping bag and you're trying to like, oh, it took so long. They turned out super cute. So we did that.
Aww.
We had plain white cupcakes that I put on little paint palettes, and in each little like groove there were like different colored sprinkles and candies and stuff, so the kids could like paint their thing.
You're awesome.
Like I said, it gave me a migraine though.
Oh.
So I had this huge long table set up, and everybody got a canvas, and I had paper lanterns and all kinds of stuff hanging from the middle, and everyone could paint whatever they wanted. And I was going to get everyone canvas aprons, but that was going to be like $300. And I was like, no.
Oh, wow.
So I found plastic ones, and I'm like, this is fine. So we did that. We found, I don't know why we have it, but we have like a really old Nintendo, like one of the first ones.
Ooh.
And so we had that set up, and that was kind of fun because these kids think like they're so cool and like they know how to do Mario Kart. But I'm like, yeah, but can you do Mario Brothers, like the original? So we had that, and then we had Mike's Xbox upstairs so they could play. There's like a racing game with SpongeBob in it, and they were playing that too.
Nice.
And then they played outside and whatever. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Everyone enjoyed it. My daughter was like, I let her pick out a dress on Amazon. She picked out this like tie-dye looking thing.
Aww.
But yeah, the whole time my brain was like, boom, 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 like was throbbing.
Oh no.
So what I've decided I'm going to do is like, and I have to do it all over again for Molly's birthday because she will hold me to it. So we'll do something crazy for Molly's birthday.
Wow.
But then the next year, we're just going to do like a fun family day. Like, we'll go out to eat and like,
fun.
we'll go do like an activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we'll like go to the arcade or go bowling or something.
I love that.
Yeah. So then like 1 year is party year, and that's the year mom gets all stressed out. Okay. But then the next year we just go eat somewhere cool and go do something cool and maybe do like a shopping spree after. Like whatever I would have spent on a party, I'm like, okay, this is how much we have. Let's do something cool.
That's fun. That's fun.
That's what I'll do.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Because you buy stuff for a party and then it's done, and then the party's done, and then what, you throw it away. But like if you use that money that you would have spent, like I feel like that's very minimalist of you. You should like,
yes,
I'm gonna tell Stephanie Safarian from our minimalism episode and be like, check it out. Like
yeah, like when I was buying the decorations, there are a few things that are very disposable. Like there's a plastic tablecloth. I'm like, I'm probably not going to keep that. And like the paper plates and whatever. But the lanterns, I'm like, I will find a place to put these because these are cool. And I mean, they didn't break the bank. I don't remember how much I spent, but it wasn't a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to buy decorations that I can put somewhere else or I can use somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's not just a cardboard cutout, because I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a waste. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, to each his own.
Yeah.
I mean, if you invite me to a party, I'll come. I'll come to. I'm not going to critique your party.
Oh my God, I wish we lived closer so that you could come to, because so we'll have Lily's third birthday party at the new house. And I'm hoping, so we have like there's like a pool in our neighborhood, and it's walking distance from our house, which I'm so excited about because like we have a playground at the neighborhood here, but I'm not about to load up a toddler and an infant in the car to drive 5 minutes to like unload them and then go play.
Yeah.
Like ain't nobody got time for that. Like no. So like I'm excited now because I'm like now I can actually take Lily to the playground like she wants, and we just have to walk there. I just put Polly in the stroller and we could just like just walk. So like I wish we lived closer so that I could like I don't know. I mean unless you like want to fly to San Antonio.
The days are long, but the years are short.
That's true. The days are very long. I can attest to that. Lily just sassy pants make Sasserson all the time, every day. But then like, I look at pictures of her and I'm like,
yeah,
so little and you didn't talk back to me back then. And like, like, but then in like 3 years, I'm gonna miss the sass,
I feel like we mostly remember all the good parts. And there's like a diaper horror story like somewhere in there because somewhere what do they call it in a core memory in that movie? Oh, yeah. A core memory was made when the diaper exploded in Target or something. Yeah. But I think like we mostly remember all the good things. Especially like when someone walks by with a baby, I'm like, oh, I would totally do that again. And then I'm like, wait, no. Remember getting up every 3 hours in the middle of the night? Remember that?
Oh my God. Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
Yeah. I had a moment where I had like a freak out. I looked at Paul and I was like, I'm going to have to deal with another 2-year-old.
Oh no.
And then I was like, but I mean, I'm not gonna remember that stuff down the line. I'm just, days are very long because I get yelled at and screamed at like all day long. But then like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, like Holly's 1 and she's almost 3. And I'm like, wait, no, go back. Let's go back. You can yell at me some more. It's fine. Just don't get any older than you are right now. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this sentimental episode. We're feeling very sentimental over here. I think like it's hitting me that we're moving. And so I've been incredibly sentimental about everything lately. So
yeah. Because you have a lot of memories in that house, so it's weird. Like I remember when we moved, like seeing all the rooms empty. I'm like, this feels so weird. It's so weird not seeing our furniture in here. And and all these memories. But I mean, you take your kids with you and then you make new ones, make new memories. So
time keeps on ticking into the future. Yeah.
Jazz hands. Woo. Jazz fingers. I don't know.
Why am I so weird? Anyway, see you guys next week.
Bye.